Hello and welcome back to the Premier Injuries channel. Today we're talking all things about FPL. But before we start, we're holding in a bit of entertainment because it is the end of Movember or end of November, and Ben has kind of revealed his moustache. I've revealed my moustache, but Lynn, do you want to reveal yours as well? I mean, that is dedication from you there, Lynn. Was it hard to grow it?
It took a lot of work. I've been working on this for actually more than a year, and I could finally get it to show.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as well, as like we said to people at the start of the month that you were joining in, they didn't believe us. They thought Lynn isn't going to do it, or she's not going to turn up with a moustache. But here you are with the facial hair, with the credentials, and yeah, you look like. How would you describe it, Ben?
Inspector Clouseau.
Clouseau.
I'm going with a Clouseau.
Linspector Clouseau. I love it. But today we're talking about Leeds, and we're gonna we're gonna talk about them because I think a lot of people are being hooked in. They're suckered in. They think Bamford's back. Rafinha, of course, has been in fantastic form, but they're not showing a lot of good data. And then you look at the next 5 games, and they have some of the worst fixtures at all. Ben, do you want to talk us through the injury situation as well? Because that's an ever-present problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday's news was, I suppose, tempered by a couple of setbacks. We obviously know that Patrick Bamford, he returned to the matchday squad, introduced from the bench and got his goal. Luke Ayling was a surprising starter, having only played 45 minutes for the under-23s in the build-up to the game. But Leeds lost their skipper early on in the match against Brentford. That was Liam Cooper. I think that was a hamstring problem, still being assessed. Don't know the full extent of that. But even if we're talking about 2 or 3 weeks, there's a lot of games condensed into that period. So that's going to be difficult. And then secondly, Calvin Phillips. He also picked up an injury as well. Now, Marcelo Bielsa, when asked about those 2 particular players, he said, basically, I don't know. We'll talk about evolution. We'll see how it is. We'll see the club doctor. But that isn't great. So, 2 massive players. Pascal Struijk, on the other hand, he was absent from the matchday squad. He's been carrying a bit of a hip issue for the past couple of games. He should be back for the next game. But like I say, it's 2 key players there. And when you consider maybe the downturn in form of Jack Harrison, who's had a bit of a shocker of a season, and also let's not get too bought into the fact that a return to play isn't a return to performance, especially when players have been out for the amount of time that Ayling and Bamford have been.
And this is the thing, is that it will take a while for them to get up to speed, and the fixtures that they have as well are not going to be conducive towards getting better output, because up next they've got Chelsea, Man City, maybe Arsenal shouldn't be decided as a hard game, but then Liverpool and Aston Villa. So Lynn, do you want to kind of offer some advice as well on this situation of maybe why people should avoid Leeds?
I think it's quite simple. The only Leeds you should ever own is Rafinha. Bamford will be back, but that doesn't necessarily mean more goals, especially not with the fixtures and the busy schedule. I see absolutely no reason whatsoever to own any Leeds player going forward.
And what I would say as well is I kind of feel that we've been critical of Bielsa for a little bit, kind of saying that he wasn't pragmatic enough, that he didn't change his tactics for the situation. But you kind of got to give credit where credit's due, that he kind of must have concentrated on better defensive performances, because the XG conceded per game went down quite a bit in the most recent games. In the last 6 game weeks, they've been about mid-table. They've conceded 6 goals. They have an XG conceded of 7.78, but they kept 2 clean sheets in that 6 game period as well. But the big thing for me was, with that improvement in defense, it seems to have cost their attack. And again, how long will it take for them to get back to the way that they like to play, especially with players that kind of aid that ability to play the pressing game, to kind of be on the front foot, really attacking stuff. Yes, Bamford's back. Raphinha is in fine form, but how long until they can start playing that style? Because if you look at their XG going forward per game, it's not really good data. They only have 7 goals in their last 6 game weeks. It's not attractive stuff then. I just think that it's a bigger void for the moment. So adding context to that, hopefully people kind of know with the situation, with the festive fixtures, you have to be extra vigilant with your transfers as well. So I hope people found that useful. I hope people are enjoying these shorter shows as well. That is the first one done for this week on Leeds United. We got a few more coming up as well. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below. Tell us if you are enjoying these. Do give us some questions if you want them answered. And we will see you again very, very soon.